Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin. Nabina Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa ba'du. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The chairman of this occasion, His Royal Highness Wambai, representing the Emir of Kebbi, my elderly brother, former ES, and Zarman Kantogora, Engineer Jibrin Umar, the pioneer Amir, Malang Idris Usman, and all other Amirs that follows him, Imam Hamid, Imam Aliyu Musa, Imam Amao Lukman, and Barrister Lukman Jame, and the Amir coming up, inshallah, today. I can see so many faces that I need to mention before I go into the little time I'm given. I will include my own Malam, Al-Ijebui, who has opened the sitting with prayers. When I started my 100 level in Medina, he is already pursuing his PhD degree in the same university. So I am always like a grandson to him. And among his students, I used to challenge him too, because I have that opportunity of making challenges. And I did one today also this morning. Madam Ibrahim Idris, I don't know whether he's the father or the Amir is the father, but at times you have complication in that name. Malam Ibrahim Idris and Idris Usman. I can see also Malam Tawheed, silently, patiently sitting there. These are the pioneer leaders that have been leading us in this particular forum. I can see Malam Yaqub, I can see Dr. Sani, MNI, I can see the banker, Lawal, I can see Oladele too, that patient millionaire who actually is here to us. So many of them are here, which actually I need not to mention names because my time is limited. Let me inform us quickly that Abuja Muslim Forum has made tremendous successes, which the chairman has taken over and has given us much of it. Even though my own discussion is centered on revitalization of Abuja Muslim Ummah. A lot has been said on that area, Mr. Chairman. And in fact, when I heard him talking, I said he has done our job, the lecturers. All the same, there are areas that need our attention, all of us. Number one, we give thanks to Almighty Allah, who has given us opportunity, we as members. Because 29 years ago, which I started participating in Abuja Muslim Forum, we are only floor members. And being floor members, we have gained a lot in our lives. The Board of Trustees whom the Amir has prayed for, those who are alive among them, may Allah increase them in Iman, and those who have passed away, may Allah forgive them. As to the members, really, you will not know the achievement of Abuja Muslim Forum until when you are counting on individuals who are performing wonderfully beautiful through the training they have received from Abuja Muslim Forum, whether as civil servants in their offices or almajiris like my humble self, or business individuals, or in fact, those who are our top politicians and emirs who with diplomacy, a number of things, we are being reformed in them, whether directly or indirectly by the forum. And I think if you can summarize this, at times you may not see it as a structure standing, but you can put it in so many ways. They have built individuals whom really are potential Muslims through the programs earlier mentioned, spiritually, in fact, financially, politically. I'm happy that the pioneer Amir was an aspirant of gubernatorial candidate in Niger State. That is part of the effort, really. It's not overnight. Individuals who are now Ummah in their places have been trained under this organization. And that's why we must give thanks to Almighty Allah by saying much of Alhamdulillah alladhi hadana lihada wa ma kunna linahtadiya lawla an hadana Allah. And it is as prayers also that this hamd we have said on earth, we should say it in Jannah. Inna alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati yahdihim rabbuhum bi imanihim tajri min tahtihim wal anharu fi jannatin na'im da'awahum fiha subhanaka allahumma alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Now, if you look at also brotherhood, brotherhood has been really established by the Abuja Muslim Forum. In fact, in a more diplomatic way, that the loyalty you give to your fellow brother Muslim in the forum, you don't deny your brothers from other forums. Not all organizations are having wisdom of training their followers or their members to appreciate other organizations. This is very practical in Abuja Muslim Forum. Nothing like tribalism or what the chairman doesn't want to say, sectism, is not there. People respect one another and they honor others too because of the nature of the training they have been receiving. And that has been the case of the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a very formidable brotherhood, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has praised them in the Quran of by saying, Inna alladhina amanu wa hajaru wa jahadu bi amwalihim wa anfusihim walladhina awaw wa nasaru ulaika ba'duhum awliya'u ba'din walladhina amanu wa lam yuhajiru ma lakum min wilayatin min shay'in hatta yuhajiru wa in istansarukum fid dini fa alaykum an-nasr illa ala qaumin bainakum wa bainahum mithaq wallahu bima ta'maluna basir walladhina kafaru ba'duhum awliya'u ba'din illa taf'aluhu takun fitnatun fil ardi wa fasadun kabir. Now, this brotherhood, which really has been established, you can see it very greatly in our attitude and behavior towards one another in the forum. And I think that is a plus that cannot be quantified or be seen practically. In fact, cannot be even measured. And I think that also is passing through the generation coming up, through the elders who are already having grandchildren, and in fact, those who are having children also, like our humble self. So we sincerely must appreciate this, and we must continue on that, because it is the teaching of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Sahabas has practicalized it, as I have quoted the verses. With the summary of it is that they were brothers, and Allah confirmed their iman through being brotherhood, and then inform us that that is what other people are doing in other faiths. Until we do that, then there will be no progress. Building an ummah. The Abuja Muslim Forum has really succeeded in building ummah, because the ummah cannot be seen clearly today in one actually place like a town or a city or a state. No. An ummah now can be established in different places, different individuals, different background, different professions. And I think a lot has been done by Abuja Muslim Forum towards this, and they are still doing more. Let me come over to this. Some have been said, I will echo them, and I will mention others. We must have a calculative, independent source of income to the forum. And I think with the Amir present here, the pioneer Amir, by saying they have done and they have done and they have done and they have done, I think it's an oversight and shortcoming that this thing is supposed to be from day one. And that is among the problems the forum is facing today. We're supposed to have a standing source of funding the Abuja Muslim Forum for the past 3 decades. Till date, with no apology. You cannot point at something tangible that what the caliber of individuals who have been serving, either dead or alive, in the forum. That is the only forum in Abuja 30 years ago that existed in bringing the Ummah together with no any other organization competing. And this is not to condemn or not to appreciate, but really it's an oversight. There are so many plans for the forum, which I witnessed as a floor member as I was. I will mention one. There are so many. Abuja Muslim Forum tried to bring together all the imams in the FCT, regardless of their inclination, regardless of their sect, Mr. Chairman, sir, in their organization, because there are two different things entirely. Including this, our famous national identity, our own Kaaba, national mosque, including it. They were making a lot of effort to see that imams come together, because that is the simplest way you can bring the ummah together. No Muslim that doesn't have imam, even if you are a drunkard imam, a Muslim, you have an imam. And whatsoever sex you incline to, you have an imam. This beautiful effort was made by Abuja Muslim Forum 25 years ago. And in this particular hall, I was not an imam that time. Talk less of making an input. In this particular hall, officials of Imam were inaugurated by Abuja Muslim Forum. May Allah forgive our Imam, Malam Musa. During the inauguration of the officials, he was absent, even though he was around in the morning hours. But with the wisdom of the Amir then, Malam Idris, he said, the chair of the Imams is the Imam of this mosque. And everybody accepted. We have Igbo Imam, we have Yoruba, we have Hausa, we have so many. In fact, we are lucky to have Igbo as the Imam of Abacha Barracks then. Omekoma. Now he's I think either Major General also. Which means the whole country are represented. But with all this effort of forum, it could not yield any fruit. I am in the center of knowing the reason why it could not hold. But the effort of forum must be re-emphasized, and I believe their reward is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I think that's why today we have a giant forum in the FCT of the Imams through their prayers and their training. Because that is the only way, and the shortest way you bring the Muslims together, through their Imams. May Allah reward you for this. But I believe that not having a standing income and source for the forum has contributed also to that damage. Because I told you, I am the center of what has happened, and that's why I took a lesson from it, and today the history is not the same. And I think the merit also will go back to forum. A number of backwardness in the forum can be referred to this point I've mentioned. And there'll be no reason why that should not be established. May Allah forgive Kuri. Look, the school today, we are producing over 30 Hufaz every year. Is built single-handedly by Kuri. And I'm happy. I will not call him his boys, because he's my boss. He's seated here. That they are being used to facilitate all those activities.
Sorry for interruption.
Please, you can interrupt.
Sorry.
He used a number of individuals to execute a number of projects for the Muslim Ummah that today we are benefiting from. And in fact, funding itself, because the structure has been on ground, is for you to roll the business. Muslim Forum cannot point at anything that can roll the business to continue. They cannot show it. So let us not come here and say we have done. We have made a very wide mistake that should be immediately taken care of. If not, for the next 3 decades also, we are going to repeat the same thing. With no apology to my elders, who are the pioneers, who I have mentioned some of their names, I think they should not run away by saying they should hand over. No, they're not handing over. They're not handing over anything. They should stand side by side to see that this is executed. Any mistake of saying, let us see what they are going to do, whether they are going to do it better than we have done, is going to make the forum to collapse. They are the ones that have the wisdom. They are the ones that have the connection. They are the ones that have the experience. They are the ones that know who and who. They are the ones to do it today before tomorrow. Because anything they did not do today, those who have run the activity of the forum for 3 decades, is just perchance they are living today. So any other mistake from now, I don't know how they can going to amend it, I don't know. But I think from this sitting, there should be a very crucial sitting by the founders of the forum on this particular note. I hope you are not stopping me. Oh, please, I'm scared when this is the first challenge the forum has been facing. And look, I wrote so many verses here. Allah says, وَأَعِدُّ لَهُمْ مَسْتَطَعْتُم مِّن قُوَّةٍ. Look, the quwwah in Arabic is min quwwatin. It's nakira. Nakira means it is unknown. It will work for every hour and every time. If the world will live in the next 1 billion years, that quwwatin will work for organizations like this to be prepared. Prepare for them. Prepare for the generation coming up. Prepare for your enemies. Prepare for your time. This quwwah is not there because among the most fundamental quwwah is financial quwwah. I'm happy the chairman said lightly when he was talking. It's not lightly. It's very serious. Very, very serious. I'll give you just an example. 3 days ago, 600 bags of rice was given to Jamaatul Nasr al-Islam and 200 bags of maize by the federal government. I was in Burning Kebi. I met the chairman of Jamaatul FCT chapter in Sokoto on Tuesday. But that time they did not resolve who is going to take care of distributing this until when they were told in the night of that Tuesday that hoodlums can enter into the stores and take action. That scared the leaders. Call Hammanyaji, he's not here, he's supposed to be here. He's a member of forum. I have been noting those who are absent. I will call them myself. I'm happy that the senior Amir was here because I was looking, I could not see him earlier. So when I saw him, I became comfortable on my seat here. And I think many are also not comfortable when he was not here at a good time. Now, Hammanyaji is a powerful man. He was trained on that forum. He just called me on phone that this is what is happening in Jamaatul, and we are hoping to hand it to Imam so that we will not lose the whole thing. That's on Tuesday. I told him, start preparing to bring the load from Gwagwalada to Abuja through any vehicle. Why can this be done? It is only when you have the money. If you don't have it, nobody will take Fisabilillah for you. Arrangement was made fully. The load were brought in the morning of Wednesday. That of Gwagwa also, the maize was brought on that. On Tuesday, all imams in all local governments officials were here to take it to their own destinations for distribution. And instruction given to them that don't take it to anywhere. Take it to Father of Sariki and distribute it immediately. And all that has been done because there is financial power to do it. Even the Jamaat who handed over was surprised. How do you manage it? Look, this huge resource for the Ummah, this rice you are seeing for the Ummah, you cannot buy 40 bags at 2 million now. If you don't have that 2 million, you will miss the whole thing at the same time. And nothing will happen. You must be ready financially. Number one today, after spiritual preparation, it is financial one. Let me tell you, if we don't have members as many as this, if the only members of Abuja Film Forum till date are only 20 or 30, if they have financial backing, the impact they are going to make in the Ummah is not the impact we are making now. Let me go to the second challenge. Because Quran has described this in a number of ways. Allah says, هل أدلكم على تجارة تنجيكم من عذاب الأليم تؤمنون بالله ورسوله وتجاهدون في سبيل الله. Look, بأموالكم first. With money first. Because you 5 volunteers But they don't have money. Allah says, on even jihad, it is all about preparing and getting the resources. If you don't have resources for jihad, you cannot do jihad. You cannot. Even a good food that your army will eat, you don't have it. That's why you have those who are weak. They cannot do anything. You can just be lamenting. You can just go and do tahajjud. But you cannot rescue them. And tahajjud cannot rescue them. And that's why Rasulullah noticed that, and he said to Sahaba, for him to serve the Ummah is better than performing itikaf in his mosque for 1 month. You can see why we should be ready now and get set to see that we have funding. If we have funding, any Amir coming to lead the Ummah will have no problem. If he's having a problem, we remove him and put somebody there. What is there? But when the Amir is there, and he himself is battling with what to eat at home, the current Amir going, his white beard is because of forum. My beard and his own are the same, but look at his own now. It's because of the negativity and pressure going up and down, nothing. Another challenge is the area of we don't have infrastructure. Abuja Forum, with the caliber of those in the governance, those the Pioneer Amir has mentioned, those who are alive and those who are dead, they are ready. Those people are ready. I know some of them. No, we know we are floor members that time. We are not. So don't count me among those who have made the mistake. Of course, you can also count me because of advice. But real action is being taken by those I've mentioned their names here. I'm telling you, we can have structure like national mosques. Because there is, Micah is not there, TMC is not there, everything is not there. It is only Abuja Muslim Forum. So I think we should try as much as possible. Not telling us that there is land in August and people are doing kabara. I did not do kabara. Of course, it's working from asleep. But Abuja is supposed to be beyond telling us today that we have gotten a land. Individuals are getting land. And the whole organization is not getting 2 lands, federal housing and FCD. That actually is not the progress. Number 3 challenge, which is also very, very critical, the area of leadership. Leadership is critical. To me, this is my own submission. I'm not quoting any verse or hadith. It's not compulsory you must change Amir. It's not compulsory. There is no backing, no evidence. 3 years, 4 years, are you politicians? You are not politicians. Nothing you can bind, put in your constitution that Amir can be there for life. If you fear the CAC, make what you can make there so that you have your CAC and then you progress. Is it compulsory you must change Amir? And I'm telling you, nobody is saying this. Among the challenges we face, when the Pioneer Amir has to leave his office, is a damage we have for long that it was not recovered. You may deny it. I will not deny it. I know what I'm saying. I can defend it. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. If you notice an Amir is doing wrong, remove him for that, or he's incapacitated. That's why I'm urging the incoming Amir to make a policy that the younger blood that will come and take over shouldn't have any restriction. It should be performance. Okay. Now, I'm just mentioning challenges so that we know where we can take actually off from. And most probably we all know this, but definitely some of us may not like to say it. And I'm happy to say it because all those who are concerned are seated. I have counted and counted. In fact, I saw my first landlord, Malam Zurkan name. He has one Peugeot, one Gura Peugeot, white. If you see it packed here, it is Abuja Muslim Forum. We are people who trek. So whenever we see my landlord in that Peugeot, we stop him. We are going to Abuja Muslim Forum. I could have brought a note written by Mala Ibrahim Idris to me to come and talk about the companions. He said, please be there in time and your transportation is secured. Do you know why we get this money? We just go around to do fisabilillah. Amir will go and do the fisabilillah and his followers, and then we use the money and that another fisabilillah, every fisabilillah. It will not work. Now you cannot go to people and say fisabilillah. They will not listen to you. They will count you to be unserious. They will not listen to you. The iman of their time differs from the iman of this hour. And the sincerity also is there. Some brothers went to one big man in the society. I will not mention his name. But I am not happy. If I'm there, I could have tumbled the whole thing. And they said, we came, please, our mosque need assistance. And this man knows, he's a politician, he knows everything. He said, okay, do you have account for the mosque? They say no. Now they are now struggling to register the mosque so that they will get assistance from that man. He will never give them. He will never give them. So we have passed the time of going around to say, we want to do program. No. Particularly Abuja Muslim Forum going around for a program, to sponsor a program, it's actually it's not something actually to be mentioned. It's a disgrace. Look, I spoke with the MSS in December, MSS. You know, they are students. When I saw their list, I say, you are not serious. You are at the age of 20, 25, not up to 30, you are begging. You cannot go and work and get money. You put this kitchen in place, you'll be eating good food without asking anybody. If at this age you are asking, well, when are you going to give your energy to Islam? Now, if that can be said to them, what should be said to Forum? I think Forum is supposed to be taken to court for a criminal offense. Now, let me come to another challenge is that we must try as much as possible to scout, not even to wait, to scout individuals who have the potentials. I could have loved to speak on the topic given to me, the task ahead. The challenges will give you the task ahead, definitely. But here I itemize some points. We must rejuvenate our iman. Our iman is weak. If we look at the iman of Forum 3 decades ago, even with the elders who are trying to retire, the iman is weak. Very, very weak. So we should rejuvenate the iman. The iman and the taqwa together, we should find a way of rejuvenating it so that it will come to life as it was. We took things very serious that time. When you say 10, you see everybody running up and down to be there 10, even by trekking. When you go there, you are obedient, you are silent, you don't say anything. Until when the Amir give instruction. That is Islam. Nobody will live except with permission. Nobody will doze in the night training Amir has just quoted at the end of the month. Those who are having family, then we are not married. They will bring their families. They will also join. But today the taqwa is so naive, so weak, so dull. And that's why we cannot even face any problem. The Amir is saying, now today, nobody will stand for the Muslim Ummah. Yes. Because preparation was not done by the generation that are thinking they have retired. If the assignment is well done, it is their duty to sit down and say, yes, these are the ones that are doing it because we train them. So we need our iman and taqwa to be very, very solid. And that alone can take care of most of our needs and problems. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Look, it is opened. Makhraja in your life here, makhraja in your grave, makhraja on the day of Qiyamah, makhraja of not entering the hellfire. It's a bold one. And that's why attached to taqwa, so many benefits. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu in tattaqullaha yaj'al lakum furqana wa yukaffir ankum sayyi'atikum wa yaghfir lakum. These are all attached, packages attached to taqwa. So I think all of us, the old generation and the ones coming and the one we have to scout, let the training be as it used to be before, for getting people to have taqwa. Number 2, I have mentioned that source of income should be stable and should belong to us, an endowment. Inviting the new bloods. I'm happy when the Amir said, his son said, yes, it is high time that the younger ones should be taken over, because there are technicalities of today. There are new things of today that those who are analog may not know. We are not condemning them. But those young guys, you are seeing them, they are very fast, very, very fast. We have reached a level whereby da'wah can be done in your room. Through Zooming, so many meetings can hold. Of course, it will not look like a talim whereby a teacher is training and coaching, but at least it gives way actually for improvement. We should try to visit the old members of Forum who are not here. Let us see it as a task on all of us to say we want to reborn the Forum again. And that goes to the Amir, Mala Bravak. You have a lot to do. It's just like Nigeria now, where subsidy has paralyzed a number of Nigerians. So there are parallelism is there waiting for you that you must amend quickly. So you're into issue of Amir today. Action should start right away. And I'm telling you, you are going to find members who are ready and more than ready. Let me at this juncture, because my elderly brother, Mala Ibrahim, with his barbaric has been going up and coming. And I know what it means. So let me sincerely thank the organizers of this sitting. It's a wonderful one. Above all, I must thank the pioneers, leaders, and especially the Amir, Malam Idris Usman. We performed hard together this year. I was in a mix of people when I saw him from a distance. And I told them about him, that he's supposed to lead these prayers, not me. Because they done a lot in me, and this in Mecca. And I'm saying the whole truth, nothing but the truth. They have worked for this deen, and we can never allow them to retire. They will never retire. Even if they run away to Niger, we will go and push them to this place. Please, let us recognize their efforts and make amendment quickly, because if we not do it quickly, it will lose. These people are connected. Look, there are millionaires among them and billionaires. We don't need to mention names because of security. But I can see some of them sitting down just simply as if they are miskin. They are not miskin. They are not miskin, I'm telling you. Some of them, when they see the cars they are riding, it's halal. We have never ever think of haram on them, because the training they receive makes them to be halalic in nature. Some of them could not even secure a job with the FCD Rankederi, but they are now millionaires. If you see their houses, if you see what Allah has given them, or companies, all of them are members of Forum. Forum doesn't have even a house. Tell me if they have. So the challenge is numerous. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.